Hi guys, welcome to Life with Alex. My name is Kelvin. I am the host of this show today. I have come to take over. I have come to take over.
I am not even talking today.
Move closer so that people see how vile tunameremeta.
Ni kama tulikuwa tuna match kidogo.
I know, so you're trying.
You didn't tell me the memo by the way. I didn't send the memo.
Anyway, guys, good morning, night, wherever you're listening, you're watching us from. My name is Kelvin. This is Alex.
Oh my god, do you know people called Kelvin venye wanakuanga wameogopa in this country Makevo, Mabrayo, Mamato.
But you know he can't. Unajua unaweza pigwa character development hata na Abednego. Kaa vibaya.
Meshak.
Hata Meshak. Bado atakupiga tu character development. So, kacha na kina we have mastered the game. So hata nyinyi be at par. Anyway, our today's topic is why relationships, especially in this 21st century, are not working.
Yeah.
Marriages are not working. We are not married, but we can see. We can see marriages not working.
I know. Are you in a relationship?
No, I'm not.
Oh, me too. I'm single. Not yet. Me too.
Yes. So we can see, but of course we have been in relationships, and these things have affected us in one way or the other.
Yes. So
we are going to just give pointers of why we think relationships are not working in the 21st century, and especially in Kenya. My first point is people get into relationships with selfish intentions.
Oh yeah, true.
Okay, so you want to be in a relationship because you think this guy will finance your life. You want to be in a relationship with this lady because you think she's going to be your duvet, especially this
cold season.
So majority of us are getting into relationships with selfish. We don't want to be there because we want to make be with someone, start a family. We are getting there with
malicious interest.
Malicious interest. Kila mtu tu ako na ideas zake zenye anataka kuachieve in that relationship.
Oh yeah. By the end of the day, for example, the reason as to why I am coming to you, it's kwa sababu there is something I want from you by the end of the day. Definitely.
And so, then you're not saying it. You're keeping it to yourself. I want this thing, but I will not tell you what I want. So even if I come and tell you, can we be in a relationship? Like sour, but your intentions are not.
By the end of the day, like your intentions are not that pure. That is so true. So true. I think people, also in Kenya, there's a reason as to why they are dating the person they are dating. Like you don't want you're not there because you're committed. You're not there because like you want to be in that relationship. Probably after you don't want that to be in the long term. You don't want to work with this person in that journey of like growing together. I want to be there in the next like 5 years. I want to invest in a kashamba, gari, it's so true.
After we achieve
after we achieve, I'm like, on to the next.
True.
So which leads to my first point, which would be the reason as to why relationships are not working in this city is basically in this city.
Specific,
in this city, it's because people got so many options. More so in this era of Instagram, the dating sites. I will come on the first date and I'm like, nakuanalyze, nakusikiza. Then kesho, nitaenda kwa site like huku ni bamba, like I got option to
swipe right again.
Swipe right, ama swipe. So back in the days, I don't think like even our parents had those options. Walikuwa natembea,
Hey, but there was no option. There was no option, by so, guys were being arranged.
Yeah, arranged marriages. Lakini sahi, unaingia pale Instagram unaona babes, amejiseti na ma filters, amejiweka position yenye.
Kabisa.
To
be known, to be seen.
To be seen and to be known, And I think that is a big thing, as like I am not myself, and whatever I'm portraying out there, I'm also like in the social media space, it's not who I am as a person. Yeah. It's not who I am as a person. So tuko na options, alafu tuko na options at it. Even so, like I think it's Capital FN, like I think they launched like a new dating app.
Really?
Yes. So it can tell you in this city kupata mapenzi ni ngumu. You know, like it's
or to find the real love.
The genuine, somebody who is willing and ready to work with you at it. They are committed, they want to be there with you, they want to grow with you. It's very hard.
It's very hard because you can have options. But it's very true. It's very true. It is so true. Especially if you decide to go on dating apps. Oh my goodness. And then
it's the ghetto. Actually, let me be honest. I've been on those dating sites. I won't even lie to you. I think everybody in the dating sites, they have like a sort of expectations. You know, you have created the kind of person you want to meet. You know, so today we have like 7 days. 7 days I'll go 7 different dates with different people.
My goodness.
There are people who have that time, baby.
Hey.
Not like you, busy. You know, 7 different, and still.
So you're talking from a lady's point of view.
Yes, from a lady's point of view. When I I go eat their food. Alafu. I'm not saying that's what I do. That's not what I do. But you know, everybody akona a certain interest, and as long as I'm not getting that, I will keep on looking.
Definitely.
Left, right, and center. Yes.
That is very, very true. I agree with you on that.
Totally agree.
I agree. We have too many options in this town.
We have too many options.
Yeah.
I also think it's because that's why people here don't want to settle, because there's that you're not like that satisfied. You always want to.
You always want to. But then don't you think it's vanity? As in, utawai tosheka. Does a human being ever get satisfied if they decide now I want to jump from this person to this person, especially when it comes to relationships? Because when you go, say for example, to those dating apps, you'll find, from a man's point of view, you'll find all types of ladies. You know, if you're looking for physique, you'll find all types of ladies.
Kim Kardashian style.
I'm telling you.
Nicki Minaj. Tiny waists.
Laptops. Describe them all. You'll find them there. I don't think if you decide to go that direction, you'll ever settle, because there are so many options.
Yeah, you have so many options. True. So I think for me nowadays, I prefer organic kind of meeting people. Maybe go to an event. Sorry about that. Go to an event. Meet like random places I've gone for a vacation, or you know, like
umeanza kupatana na watu kwa hizi random places ukiingia soko uingii pande ya fruits kwa kufinyo kila mahali.
No, I prefer, you know, like meet somebody, have a sort of conversation. From there you can be able to tell a lot. Like you see, swipe right, swipe left, sijui huyu anakaaje, sijui. No.
Okay. I think there's also a good side of dating apps. There are people, I am sure, who are like authentic and
who are looking for genuine love.
You know.
Yeah.
So even when you're going out there looking for a relationship, you need to have a sober mind, know what you want, and then also you need to be very you need to have a discerning spirit.
Yeah.
So that when you connect with someone, you just listen to your spirit and ujua tu huyu akona intentions, huyu akona his intentions, so that it becomes easier for you to
identify. So actually there's somebody I heard say you can have chemistry with any kind of person. You can have chemistry. I think the other thing, I don't know it's what, but you can only have connections with very few people.
True.
You can't just connect with everybody else, and that's why you see, for example, if it's like a couple who like maybe were married like 5 years, alafu they separated 20 years down the line, probably they realized like I think I prefer myself being with this first person. That first person I was with. I don't know what I was listening to, but the speaker was saying connections, you don't fight connections, and you don't just connect with anybody.
Very true.
So you can have the chemistry, you can have all that sort of, you know, like you like somebody, but the connection, you only connect with very few people.
And then the good thing with connection is it happens naturally.
Oh yeah, you don't have to force anything.
You don't have to force anything. When you meet someone, there's like you said, you'll feel that chemistry, you'll feel that attachment, you'll feel that, you know.
Actually, they were saying when you meet that person, you feel like you are at home, you are at peace. Everything about the person, they make you feel safe, they make you feel loved.
You don't have to force yourself to be around them. You don't have to force yourself to be someone else to please them. You know, that is what connection is. Anyway, to me digress. Digress, Anna. Let's go back to the topic.
Yeah.
Another pointer for me would be, another reason why I think relationships don't work is because connecting it to the previous point that you said, people want their cake and eat it. This is what I mean. I want to be in a relationship with you, but still go out there and enjoy what is out there.
Okay.
You know? I still want to.
Why are you talking? It's like that's what you want.
No, not right now.
Okay.
I'm speaking what is happening out there. What is happening out there? As in, people want that sense of stability. You know, relationships bring stability.
Also, guys.
Exactly.
So guys, you want, let me interject. Like, you want to have a wife, you know, who can cook, who can clean, who can take care of the kids,
bring
who
the
can,
house,
a home, who can create a home, but still
want out there and still want to enjoy this,
which is so selfish.
It is very selfish, and people don't realize it is very draining. Do you know how emotional straining it is to be in a relationship with 2 people, 3 people?
But you guys always, like, most of you have all the time.
And let me speak on my behalf. I think it will be very hard for me to maintain 2, 3 relationships at once. You know, you have to please this, you have to make this comfortable, it is just too straining. So most of our relationships don't work because we want to be with our babes. We want at the end of the day to come home and find her there, cuddles and everything. But then talk up all the next day, you still want to meet what's the name of this?
Polly, Sally, who? Yes, we know them.
Yes, want our cake and eat it. That's one of the reasons why relationships don't work. And then eventually, at the end of the day, it might take 5 years, it might take 10 years. That babe of yours will know about that clandestine relationship.
True.
Eventually.
Yeah.
But guys don't know this.
Yeah.
You know, just as tunaingianga in relationships just because. And then we realize after some time that after tumeachwa.
Oh yeah.
After tumeachwa, 3, 4, 5, 6 months later, then we realize,
I loved that chick.
She was building me. We were doing something together. Sasa umesumbuliwa huku na kina Janet na kina
Holly Sally.
Yeah, so that is one of the reasons as to why I think relationships.
And I think with guys, often than not, with guys, what happens is like when you're doing that, I think you enjoy doing that. You know, I want to have a babes, my girl alafu on the side. The first time, me as a woman, I will know, I might like let it slide, you know. I will come and ask you, why are you doing this and this? You're not communicating why you're doing this and this. Probably you will continue. But the minute I am out and I leave you there, at first you guys, you pretend it's okay. I'll get another chick, nini. And for chicks, what happens is like, I'll take my time, you know. Go through the emotions, alafu. But then by the 6 months, as you said, that's when you realize, me nisha move on, but when inakuhit back, after going sijui to how many 100, the 100th date, you're like, by the way, that chick.
She was stability for me.
Yeah, she was my peace.
She was my peace.
And it's so sad, by the way. It's really, really sad.
This is what I realized. When it comes to relationships. When, say, for example, one couple is cheating, especially when the man is cheating, the lady will endure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
She will endure in that relationship to the point.
Very true.
To the point, you know, And then when she's ready to
move out,
to move on,
yes,
she moves on completely.
100%.
You know,
100%.
and the problem is, you don't tell this guy that you're moving on. You just wake up one day and you're gone.
Babu, let me ask you a question. You as a guy, when you're doing that to me, you don't have like a guilt conscience? Why are you doing why are you hurting my feelings?
Guys have that guilt conscience. I think it's just the thrill of it.
That's almost what every guy says. What thrill?
It's the thrill of being in a clandestine relationship. This is what I mean. How can I put it so that you understand? For us, it's not emotional connection. Nugget. Yeah. The way if me and you are in a relationship, you invest a lot of your emotion into it.
Yeah, true.
For us, it's all about that instant exaltation. You know, when that babes is massaging your ego, when that babe is stroking you, making you exactly. Making you feel good.
Real, no.
Exactly.
Let me ask you, if you tell me as your babe, if you need to work paramani, I won't do that.
It's the thrill of the chase.
It's the thrill of the chase. Okay.
It's the thrill of the chase. You know, most guys feel empowered when they know that
you have 2, 3, 4, 5 chicks.
Exactly.
Wow.
You know, it's a form of empowerment to some guys. They feel.
That's being so weak.
I know.
That's being so weak.
I know. But for them, they don't see it like that.
And it's so sad. You guys, you feel, you think having 5 women or 4 women, it's like what will give you that. You know, like I'm a man.
Yes, exactly. And especially if you have money to, you know, splash out there. Guys like us who don't have money, we don't have time to chase after 5 girls, bana.
No, what's in the case whereby you get the money, you for example get $1 million deal, and you have this girl when you're making struggle through thick and thin, you know, babes in affair, babes in a. So what changes?
Thrill of chase. The thrill of the chase. You feel empowered when you know somebody else is depending on you to pay her rent. You feel empowered when you know Stella out there is waiting for me to send her 5,000. But she can take her friends out there. You feel empowered when chicks are disturbing you.
I'm so glad you brought that up. Let me tell this about a story of my life.
Okay.
I think the last time I was in a relationship was in 2018.
Serious relationship.
Yes, a serious relationship. And I think the time I was done, I can remember so well, it was in August. There was this guy.
August 2018.
Yes. Yes. And the reason as to why I haven't dated yet, it's because after the relationship, I decided, you know what, it's not about the other person, it's about me. So the reason as to why we broke up, of course, I don't want to point fingers and say like it was him, it was me. Of course, I failed in one way or another.
True.
But what I learned is like I'm going to work on myself. You see that you're saying like Ati, somebody is seated somewhere and Ati they can rely on you. I have never been I have always been independent. That's for sure. Kutoka way kitambo. So I don't understand why me as a lady I'm subjecting myself to somebody at determining
how you'll eat, where you sleep,
how I will eat, how I will dress, where I will go. And the reason why I was giving my previous relationship as an example is because that guy got so comfortable with the fact that he thought in his head he was making me so happy because he used to spoil me with he used to work in the UK, so he used to spoil me here and there with two things, to, you know, like, to things he thought I wouldn't even get over that. Until one day he woke up and he found himself by himself. Peke yake.
Ulichomoka.
I didn't even say goodbye. By then I was so done. I was so done.
It was a way to keep you there. It was a way to entrap you into this whirlpool of just dependence.
To an extent, I remember there was a time he made a comment and said, you know what, Ati, you're complaining, sijui nini, then do you think you can find a guy like me? Yes, I can.
You see?
Yes, I can. What do you mean? Like, okay, because you're not God.
Guys feel empowered when they know that.
It's not like I was relying on him Ati.
And that is what he thought.
In his head, he thought that's the situation, you know. Me kunipeleka vacations, kunipeleka sijui wapi. It's not all of it, you know. You're cheating, you're lying. Kwanza the lying bit part of it, I couldn't even take it anymore. Right now, I'm very cautious. Like, I see a red flag.
You bounce immediately.
There's nothing to even talk about, you know, because it only gets worse as time goes by. Alafu the minute tunaendelea tolerate someone with their behaviors, they're not changing. You tell them they're not changing. So
it also it's into your character.
Yeah.
Baka you get to a point where you're like, how did I get here? Am I myself again? You know, so it takes a very long time for you to discover yourself, discover what you stand for, discover
who you are as a person,
what you want in life. Before now, you start bringing these other people back again into your life.
Sababu, I think with that relationship, it took me a place whereby I never thought I could go. And I think my best friend is a witness. I was becoming somebody that me myself, I could sit down and feel and think like, am I this person? Like, really? And it's so bad. And it got me thinking, imagine, right now if I'm in a relationship and somebody is cheating, you're not communicating why you're cheating. It's about them, it's not about me. You will cheat on me, but that's your problem.
It's about them.
It's not about me. And always guys, they turn around, you know, like you're cheating. You're cheating, you reverse psychology.
And make you feel guilty about it.
If you're cheating, it's not about me, it's about you. You need to check on yourself. You need to face your trauma.
You are empowered. Hakuna mwanaume anaweza kuambia kitu down.
I think after that, it has taken time, of course. Right now, I know what I want. Right now, you will come mess up and I'll be looking at you. I won't even say a word.
You can see bullshit from afar.
Not even see, smell. Not even see, I can smell it.
What's your content? Give us content. What's your next point?
So my next point would be making choices and prioritizing the wrong things and then blaming it on the outcome.
Explain.
By this, I mean, a guy will go cheat and say, you know what, nilishikiwa madawa. You know, like, I don't know how I don't know how I ended up that way. You know, like, me, what do you mean that people still...
People still saying nilishikiwa madawa?
Guy, what do you mean?
What kind of nonsense is that? What kind of excuse is that?
I don't even know how I got to here.
Come on.
For real?
Come on.
For real? What do you mean? You know, I don't know how I got to this position. You're blaming
You don't know how you started cheating. You don't know how you started sleeping with someone else's daughter.
Imagine you don't.
Come on. That's such a silly excuse.
So you're blaming it on the outcome. Ishali puka, you know, like you can't salvage it. So now you're starting to
find excuses
for you know, for actions that probably you knew and willingly you did that. So a lot of people, and that's why I said, and if you're not careful, people will, like in a relationship with, they will take advantage of the fact that maybe sometimes you're naive. Sometimes it's just because they know you're a nice person and you know you're spiritual, maybe you're a Christian. You'll start praying against it, you know.
Excuse me, but you don't pray against it.
You're the demon, man. You're the demon. There's nothing like Ati. You know, Ati, I was dragged into what?
Into sleeping with someone.
You know, you guys, you have all sort of excuses. all sort of excuses, you know. And even when you're caught red-handed, like you guys can't
you
even
just
admit
find
to
a reason.
it.
You just find a reason.
You will blame it on something, which is, I don't know. I just don't know.
It's very silly. It's very silly. Oh my goodness. But it's
you haven't had those situations
where somebody is saying ati nilishikiwa madawa. Where somebody just gives a silly excuse as to why
they're doing whatever they're doing. It might not also be cheating, you know. Like what other scenario? Maybe when it comes, for example, to money. I don't know how much I spend like a mic on something that doesn't even really make sense.
Makes sense.
You know, I think I must have been drugged.
No, I think people just make poor decisions and then they start trying to grab on any any reason that they think will try to get them out of that situation.
And sometimes you just look at a person and you're like, okay, that's all you. That's
the only excuse
in your head. That's all you could come up with. You know, you couldn't even.
At least lie to me so that it is believable. Come on now.
Imagine somebody coming and telling me such a thing. Me, Stella.
Yeah.
Me, Alex.
Empowered,
I'll just look at you and smile. Another tutaendelea, like nothing ever happened.
Oh my gosh, kumbe in your mind you're planning an exit strategy.
I might not even be planning for an exit strategy. Nowadays, I'm the kind of person who I won't argue with you. I will just say what is in my heart and then we move. The day probably I feel like I am not like I don't want to be in this space, I'll just go.
Just one.
Yes.
Okay.
We don't have to argue. We don't have to fight over things. We don't have to. Can we just move in peace? Can we just move in peace? That's the kind of life I like.
Okay, makes sense.
Let me give a very scenario that came in my mind. There was this chick who, like, I think the boyfriend went missing for 2 days. And then the boyfriend said that they had gone out for biashara for 2 days. He didn't have his phone. I love when we are like chilling and with the boy, like with the friends' boys, only another guy who was not like part of their friends didn't know that like this is the girlfriend. And then he chomas and says, Aki, for the last 2 days we've been partying. And that guy told the girlfriend like they were out of town for biashara. Like,
this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
Why would you go through all that hassle?
It always comes out.
And in the most as in...
Karma is a bitch. It always comes out somehow. You know.
Man, I love it's always too tiring.
You know.
To keep up with a lie, I think it's too tiresome.
It's too tiresome. But there are guys who have mastered the art of telling a lie. You know. They can be consistent in a lie until it becomes the truth. Some, not all. Some, not all. But for us guys, I think we're just not good at lying.
Me ukindanganya within the next few months. Utaniambia kitu that is contradicting whatever you told me 4 months ago, and I'll tell you, on that day, what did you tell me?
You still remember the conversation you had 2 months ago?
Yeah, I can.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
so to keep up with a lie, it's too much. Nobody is beating you.
Yeah.
Nobody is beating you.
That is very true. Anyway, sorry for that. Another reason as to why I think relationships don't work is because guys get into relationships when they're not ready.
Oh yeah.
You know.
True.
Relationships are a lot of work.
Yeah. True.
If you get into a relationship when you're not emotionally ready, if you're not mentally ready, if you're not psychologically ready, you know, it takes a lot of effort to maintain a stable relationship.
Very.
If you're not financially ready, my guys.
Financially? Really?
Wachana na relationship.
No, you are advising my viewers the wrong way.
Mi naambia tu kweli, if you don't have money, don't be in a relationship. But when you think dates are going to be paid with pekeles and chongari viazis, no. Dates need money. Anyway, this is what I'm saying. You need to be very ready to be in a relationship, emotionally, mentally, physically, because you know, when me and you are in a relationship, we feed into, of course, we all I'm sure we all know what love languages are.
Yeah.
There's physical touch, acts of kindness, words of affirmation. So we feed that to that other person.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
True.
If you're not in a position where you are ready to feed that into the other person, you'll not be in a relationship. It will not work out. It will get to a point where you will feel like you're draining yourself to be in that space, and you'll want to walk out.
Oh,
yeah,
interesting. I think it also links to the next point that I have, which is so like being in a relationship, like being in love, it's beyond the sensational of like having butterflies. So to me, being in a relationship, it's like a set of a journey, like we want to be together. I am not just excited for the first year, for the moment, and the first year, for the second year. What comes into my mind when it comes to a relationship, more so where I am right now, is like, with this person I want to be in a relationship with, do I see myself 15 years down the line being with the same person?
It's called longevity.
Yes. Enjoying the same things probably currently we are enjoying. Because most of us today, it's just like a feeling, I am in love, I want to be with this person. Can you say the same thing
10 years later?
10 years later, can we sit down and say we enjoy each other's company 10 years later? And more so, like with the current relationships that are happening, can me being in a relationship with you, can we just sit down, no TV, no phones, and still enjoy each other's company?
Yeah.
It's more of a feeling. It's more than a feeling.
Yeah, it goes beyond.
It goes beyond like a feeling, tunapendana,
goes beyond the lovey-dovey.
So how are you building me? Like, how are you building me? Like, are you communicating? Like, when I sit down and see myself 15 years from now, do I see you being with me those 15 years, like
the same
from
person.
now, the same person?
Okay, you might not be the same person,
but of course, because of growth, you can't be really the same person. But in terms of what I want to achieve, in terms of, can I picture you being 20 years in my life?
True. That is very true.
Because I think so many people are dating for the moment.
Because of that joy of being in a relationship.
I saw all of my friends, they're getting married.
Yes.
Oh, they're getting babies. There's Stella here. There's Stella here. There's Alex here, who is not in a relationship, who is not even thinking about babies. And I feel the pressure that, like, I want to be with someone. I want to be loved. Alafu inafika mahali you're like, you start trying out different people. Unaona, but still, as you said, you're not ready. Una succumb to the pressure of
society and people around you.
Yes.
Very true. Relationships, like I keep saying, relationships, it's like you said, it's not all about the feeling of the moment. Get into a relationship for longevity. This person you're going to be with for the rest of your life. This person you'll be waking up every
single day of your life next to you. Yes.
So one, make sure that person is somebody who you're compatible with.
True.
Compatibility is very important.
Number
2, make sure that person you are around with is somebody you are comfortable to be with every single day.
When I think about every single day, it scares me.
It
scares the hell out of me, waking up to the same person each and every day.
Coming back in the evening, that same person.
True.
So if you're not ready for that, then you're not ready for a relationship. But then when you're single like this, guys need to take time to grow themselves. If you've been through trauma,
face your traumas.
Go for therapy. Go for therapy. Look for somebody to sit down and go for therapy. It might be expensive, but it will grow you. You will move from a place of fear and negativity to a place of growth and positivity. So grow yourself mentally, grow yourself spiritually. Have some ground on where you anchor yourself, so that when this other person comes to feed into your life, you have something also to give.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, so take these steps before you get into a relationship, because like we have been saying since this episode began, relationships are not easy.
Yeah,
they're not easy at all.
And on to my last, I think, point would be relationships are not working also kwa sababu we're going into relationship thinking it's through our own strength, you know. You don't pray about it, you just feel you know, like I will just date this person, you know, like you need God in your relationship for it to even work. Like you need to ask God like to help you, you know. Yeah, there's this person I like. Do you think it's God's will for it to work, you know? And I think most people, like more so in our generation, we get to kupuza, you know, like you need God, like God need to be the center and the anchor of your relationship. So as we want to do what to be happy, sijui tuende wapi, how about you tell your boyfriend, let's go to church, let's start praying, let's, you know, we want to do things like in, you know, venye tu tunajisikia, but life doesn't happen like that.
Just to add to what you're saying, we want to be in a relationship. This is how we do it.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't involve God in the decisions we are making. Yeah. Then we come 3 months later and say, God,
we are having issues.
Now bless us.
Bless us.
And then from his point of view, is like, I didn't ordain this.
Oh yeah, it was not his will.
It was not. I had prepared somebody better than this. I had prepared somebody who can grow you. Who can. Now who are you bringing?
God cancel. Then you know.
Start having to small issues. Things that you didn't know even can break you.
Yeah, true.
You know, this Jamaa leaves shoes pale kwa mlango. It bothers you a good one.
Anatoa socks anazirusha too.
It bothers you. But when, for example, you are with this person that probably God has ordained, this person will do the same things, but they'll not bother you.
It won't bother you. True. Very true.
So just like Stella has said, go for guidance.
Yeah.
When you find that person, sit back and ask yourself and ask God for guidance.
Yeah, true.
If he is the person that he has ordained, and like I've said before, discernment. You need to have that spirit of discernment. Yeah. When you go on that first date, don't listen to what he's saying. Hear what he's saying. Usisikize tu chenye anaongea.
Yeah, true.
You know, there are things that somebody will say during the moment of conversation that will open your eyes about that person. Yeah. Listen to those things, and those are the ones that you should anchor your decisions on, so that you don't mess up. Na hizo sasa ndio God huwa anakupatianga hints. You know, you go on a date and this guy is treating the waiter in a weird way.
Yeah, true.
Ka flag. You know.
Yeah, it's so true, by the way. It's very, very true. And often we tend to ignore these things.
We know.
Deep within you, there's that voice that is telling you, you know, he's not meant to. But you continue to. I like him. Oh, he's handsome. Oh, he got money. Oh, he.
Okay, you go relationship narcissist.
I know, like pray to God to show you when you have that discerning spirit ya kujiambia. Like listen, actually what I have learned is to listen more and talk less. More so ukipatana na mse, just listen through. There's so much power in listening because you'll get to learn a lot.
Very true.
Yes. Anything else for our parting shots?
I think I've exhausted everything. If you have anything else that you think we've forgotten or you can add, end up in the comments, leave them there. I'm sure Alex here will keep the conversation going.
Yes.
What are your handles? What are your
Alex_Nganga on all social media platforms. Yes.
Follow her there. We are trying to be famous. We are trying to get sponsors to sponsor this. Next time tukikunya hivi ka drinks.
Hata tutakunywa na chupa.
Na label.
Na label from that.
You know. Anyway, thank you so much guys for being here. If you have any other topic that you think we can expound on or you'd want us to talk about, feel free to contact us. My social media handle is Kevinsky Okumski.
Yeah.
That is Instagram. I know it's hard. It will be
Kevin, what?
I know it's hard.
Chill, pull up selector. Pull up selector.
Itaandikwa pale kwa description.
Okay.
Yeah, follow us there. Let us keep the conversation going and to grow pamoja.
Sindio. Parting shot for me is that I have something here I want to read to you guys. Good people marry wrong because they trust the other person with their choices. So be on the lookout.
Be on the lookout.
Do not trust anybody with the choices you think they are right for you, because they might not be right for them, but they are right for you. So yes, and until next time,
bye.
Bye.